Why do we expect men to be protectors based on the premise that men are stronger while also saying that men today are weak?
That's deep. I don't know. I think like wanting men to be protectors and providers just comes from where we were primally, like, but we've evolved so much that the world's different. They're not having to hunt for our food and protect us from bears. So
yeah, I'd say in 2024 there is more fluidity between masculine and like feminine traits, whereas back then it was very one box for male, masculine, female, feminine.
Fundamentally different philosophies.
What the hell was that?
A nigga gonna fuck you if you got a Michael Kors bag or if you got a Birkin. A nigga's gonna fuck you if you in a Honda or if you in a Bentley. Those are not things being put forth by men as requirements. That's y'all competing with each other.
I don't think you're being honest. Men are attracted to a woman that's
Niggas are fuck that. Why them girls not white? All of these girls that they look for on TV, none of them ever got a fucking ring. Everybody trying to emulate and who everybody trying to be, none of them got a stable household. None of them got families with kids and a man, and they out in Dubai as a couple. These same chicks that everybody trying to be in Dubai by their motherfucking self with the sheiks get pissing on them for 25 grand. Sheiks is making them fuck their kids for 50 grand. You don't see none of those girls with a man and a house. None of them same girls that we all want to be have that lifestyle. So y'all trying to find and emulate some shit that ain't even successful. Men not making no girl get no BBL. Ever. Chick is making themselves get a BBL to compete with what they think niggas like because of clicks on social media. This girl got 77,000 likes on social media. This skinny chick over here with a decent body got 7 likes. She happier than a motherfucker.
But do you think they do it because of the things they want?
They insecure. Insecurities are the biggest driving factor.
Guys, it's time to readdress what's actually happening in a Western society. You know, what it really is when you peel the old onion. When you look at the message we've walked away from, the narrative is spun in a number of ways, but it boils down to masculinity is dangerous, but women should be more masculine. Men are a toxic force in the universe, but women are the divine force of nature. Women secretly built society and men took all the credit, and it's time for us to acknowledge that and let them inherit the earth. Again, that is what I, and all of you fine people, constantly see to be advertised on the surface of the movement. But now we're not even involved. We've been sitting back, working on ourselves in a variety of different ways, but the chicks out there are still claiming the world is falling apart. Now that first part isn't incorrect, but if men aren't even part of the Western system in this way anymore, then who's to blame? Well, all that's left in the equation is women. And following this logic, I think it's fair and obvious to us all that this current collapse has been a women versus women issue. Men are just out here watching. There are a ton of cases to prove this, so let's get into it. Pray for me, brothers. Here we go. So before we go on with the video, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to JRG Projects who shared, "Hugh, man, and humanity are so named for a reason. You are living in our world, ladies. It's time we took it back." This comment speaks for itself. Thank you for sharing that. So please don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always, guys, I'll be picking one comment from each video. Could be the funniest, the most liked, or just one that stuck out to me. So don't forget to leave a comment and you could be our very next winner tomorrow. So be sure to hit that like and sub button too, as it helps out the channel so much, y'all. So now let's get right back into the video. Now, this channel is all about helping men wake up about the modern dating landscape and helping men improve themselves. That's why I'm excited to have Tej Hanley as the sponsor of today's video. They've helped me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Seriously, I still don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. I recommend you start with their Level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. They provide this instruction card in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Even the lunatic women on this channel could figure it out. I've been using this brand for about 4 months and it seriously works. But you don't have to take my word for it, because they have over 7,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the link in the description and you'll get your first box 40% off, plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. By the way, both gifts you're choosing from are of $20 value and complete game changers, a silicone body scrubber or a nail and face grooming kit. Personally, I prefer the silicone body scrubber because it's better than a washcloth, because washcloths are really abrasive and the silicone body scrubber can just gently exfoliate your pores. It also fits perfectly in the hand when you're scrubbing. I have one hanging in my shower, but you could choose whichever you want. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today.
Embrace your masculinity.
The red flag.
Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
And Lex, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Because he's not my type. Like, just physically, he's not my type.
Okay, so physically, what is your usual type?
Physically. What is it?
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting it. More, I don't know. I don't know.
Say it. Say it. Say it. Physically, he's not your type. What do you mean by that? Goofy? Say it.
Let me tell you.
You can't tell us.
Just like the energy, possibly.
Oh, okay. So at first he wasn't your type, but now it's the energy. Okay.
Or whatever.
You said physically, though.
Yeah.
Exactly. Press it.
Physically, your energy is not matching, but I do like that you go.
You were able to feel his energy after stepping in the room for 2 seconds? Really? It's his energy? It's his energy. Shut up.
Red flags. Ick. No matter what you choose, it's the same damn thing. When women entered the modern era, they decided to reinvent the wheel for their aimless demographic. The problem with resetting the mechanism, however, is that now you have to redefine principles. The problem with this is that they never made principles or ethical constructs before. Men did. The Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Vedas, you name it. We took inspiration from that which was greater than ourselves and ran with it. Even beyond faith and tradition, we were the ones who made basic governmental laws and requirements for what makes a person valuable. And, after thousands of years of deliberation, we did a pretty good job. But again, women are left to work amongst each other without male influence, and it's clear at this point that they start to push each other in illogical directions, like this.
A whale? Exactly. A whale.
Standards. So I think the entitlement has to be reserved for the 1% of women, and the average woman, the entitlement won't work for you. Teamwork will work for you. And most people are average. Most women, most men are average. So teamwork works better.
So I'm looking for a unicorn is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And stop looking for unicorn behavior if you're not a unicorn. And I know I get a lot of stick on this online because they're like, oh, you talk from like, you know, about attractive women. There's just such a big difference in how men respond to them. It's night and day. So you have to remember when you're taking advice, you have to remember, just like you have to remember your budget price, like money-wise, you have to remember your budget looks-wise. If you're not incredibly beautiful, it's limited how much submission you can get out of men. If you're hyper-beautiful, you'd be shocked at how much men will submit to you.
Pretty on point, but I want to correct one detail. No women are allowed to be entitled on that side of the world. You can be an absolute dime, but the body count speaks for itself. But let's talk about the bulk of this phenomenon where women decide to tell twos their tens. It's a major disservice that they constantly give to one another. The male equivalent would be if a guy sat on his ass all day eating one Dorito Supreme after another, pulled up a small mirror, looked to his friend, and said, "Seriously, how can anyone tell me I don't have the qualifications to be a Navy SEAL?" Now, I can't speak for all circles, but if I were the Dorito King giving myself an undeserved ego boost, my friends would sandbag me with one roast after another until my reverse. Burt Kreischer level, body dysmorphia dissolved. And the fact is, I would want them to do this. I don't deserve praise. I've done nothing to earn it. There are a lot of ways to describe this interaction, but the most fitting would be tough love, because that's exactly what it is. See, chicks will give each other hollow compliments and encourage each other to buy wall art filled with empty platitudes. They'll do all of this, and then, more often than not, absolutely destroy each other's reputation with another group of girls in the neighborhood. Why? Because they encourage fantasies that have no connection to actual reality. This ends up affecting every facet of modern female culture, and that includes loyalty and dating advice.
You know what I've noticed about women's fantasies, like when it comes to romance? Their ideal sense of romance is literally just cheating.
You know, the funny thing is, I didn't think this was true. I was like, man, he's just cherry picking examples. And then I did some research, and he is 100% correct. Like, think about all the most popular romance movies ever. Sleepless in Seattle, cheating. You've Got Mail, cheating. Cheating, 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 and some underage bullshit. International cheating. Oh my God, so much cheating. Cheating, but with good music. Cheating, but with comedy. Rich people cheating. Cheating down under. Old people cheating. And cheating plus music. Like, it is undeniably true. Every fucking successful romantic movie in like the last 4 decades has just had cheating. That's the women's fantasy. They get with a man, the movie convinces you that man is not good, and then they fucking cheat on him. They cheat on him with the hero of the story. And they're not even subtle about it. The movie is just like, hey, you're with this guy, go cheat on him so we can have a love story. And women are just like, oh my God, isn't it so romantic? No, you know what would have been romantic? Leaving the guy you're with and then dating the hero. Ladies, what the fuck?
My boy doesn't lie. I did this movie, The Notebook. It's like one guy told me, you know, my wife, I was engaged when we went to see that movie, and I wasn't when we left. And she said to him at one point when she left, she's like, you wouldn't build a house for me, would you? And he said, no. She said, well, and he said, but I don't know how, so I don't know what to do. And she was like, but if you did know how, would you build a house? He was like, probably not, but it doesn't mean that I don't love you. And she said, yes, it does. And she called it off.
And then there are the books. Women will watch or read 50 Shades, The Handmaid's Tale, or whatever else, almost all involving stories that glorify infidelity. Moreover, they're not even great stories. The premise is always lacking substance, and there's no real journey involved with character development. And yet, that isn't even the worst part. What's troubling, at least for the women left to their own devices, is that they use these fables as a barometer for how men should behave. It's always some gross, pathetic Edward Jacob love triangle where simps clamor at the gates for the approval of a stuttery, incoherent 4 that the author has decided is the hottest option on the market. They'll sit down with each other to discuss perfectly normal marriages and relationships with potential, only to poke massive holes in them because real men don't resemble the guy on a screen or in a book tailored to be absolute feminist junk food. The funny and sad part is that most of the chicks that plant the seeds of doubt use these examples to an initially loyal women to dismantle what they know deep down they can never achieve, a lasting relationship. They'd rather see their girlfriend struggle on their own to find Mr. Fantasy than actually compromise and find a man who consistently delivers on what's really important. And once again, this inflation for expectations trickles down into every corner of the woman's mind. They start to believe that they are the main character, baffled that they can't find a man who fits this flawed picture to a T.
A good woman will not outspend your income.
I disagree.
I don't think I think
a good woman wouldn't purposefully want to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
But I
You're saying some could be dumb?
I would say naive.
Okay, so I'll clarify. A good woman would not intentionally outspend your income. A bad woman would. There's such a thing, you know.
She's on the other side of the planet, Drew.
We're living in the era of transactional dating. That's why.
Well,
men realize they don't have to be your boyfriend no more. They don't have to be faithful anymore. They feed you well, good dinners, good trips, good gifts. That's all they want.
Well,
now.
not for me. I need old
And that's
school
why
love.
nobody is trying to
I want
really
love.
date, because why would you date when the woman don't really want that no more? If you put a girl right now to a test and ask her what's more important to you, the big Chanel bag right now, Salome in a new car, and not paying her rent or love, how many of that 10 would fail and say love instead of that?
A lot.
Ah, yes. Transactional dating is the escort service with extra steps. The sprinkle sprinkle phenomenon was an observable development before the trend even existed. They just did men a favor by giving it a name, so that we know what to avoid, like the Black Plague. This is something that has a lot of overlaps with the media-driven expectations women share. I can't tell you the number of movies that poured out in the 90s where the woman, who looked absolutely horrible, dumped the decent guy when a magical 6'10" unicorn He-Man with a Ferrari picked her out of the crowd. Women will use this as an example with one another. When one mentions that the guy doesn't pay for 100% of the dates, or doesn't work 2 extra side hustles to support the home, the other will tell her so-called friend that she needs to search for greener pastures, even if the judgmental chick has been able to hold down a profitable relationship for as long as she's walked the earth. And the crazy part is that the woman always listens. She could be in a 15-year marriage with a man who makes enough money for her to stay home with countless amenities and kids, and she'll set fire to it all in a heartbeat to satisfy an impulse. Then, when the damage is done and the home is destroyed, the 2 women's hamsters will race on their respective wheels hitting the wall, lonely and crying on TikTok after karma gave them a much-deserved 9 to 5. They might even die old together in separate apartments, blinded by the message that they made a tandem effort to enforce every day. And this is where we get to the heart of the matter.
There's something about a girl getting fit and going to yoga class makes her think that she is spiritually enlightened. They'll just like start the class. They'll be like, if you are having trouble setting a motivation, here's a powerful reading. And it'll just be some music quotes or something. I'm just going, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's fine to be spiritual. Awesome, because you have plenty to eat and you're really pretty.
No, they're in there because they're vain.
Yeah.
That's why they like yoga class. They want abs. They want to sweat out all the wine they drank the night before.
Yes.
They say the same stupid shit. Oh, I'm like a grandma. I go to bed at like 8. So we think, oh, she's not a whore. Oh, great. She's going to bed early. And then they say trite little things like, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. And anything you haven't heard of, they'll embrace. Isn't that beautiful? Like a Native American will spit in their face and they'll be like, oh, this must be part of their culture. It's beautiful. But if you say, oh, me too, I love Jesus. And they're like, oh my God, Jesus, he must be racist
Organized
and
religion.
homophobic.
Anything wrong with that?
You got a girlfriend?
Nah,
A baby mom?
nah,
Kids?
nothing.
Toxic ex?
No,
Are you the toxic ex?
nah.
No. What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh.
The morning horoscope.
Nowadays, men aren't proper men anymore.
So then where is your hijab and why aren't you praying in the mosque?
And to me, one of the gravest sins a man can commit against a woman is wasting her time.
Y'all want men to be real men, yet you're acting like a CEO on Wall Street. Nina from Queens, New York, you just activated my motherfucking trap cards. First I activate the trap. Where is the traditional woman? Who? When this card is activated, any modern woman asking men to be traditional when they themselves want to be in control of everything. Has their pet died due to neglect and less to spend money on takeout forever because they forgot how to cook. Last I activate the Trap Zero Feminine Energy Detected. When this card is activated, you automatically lose the duel because the government is drafting men, and you are so strong that they have put you in the first wave to attack the enemy. Now go. You are banished to the Shadow Realm, aka being a man in any century.
Sorry boys, I just can't help myself. Jokes aside, you might already know where I'm gonna go with this. Feminism is a religion. There's no getting around it. In fact, it's exactly what happens when women, and women alone, try to design a spiritual, let alone societal foundation. They bastardize techniques that many deem sacred before the daily Starbucks run. They read magazines and download apps to see what Starbaby Monthly says about dating prospects and try to bend the rules to fit fleeting desires. Temples become coffee shops. Trips to church are replaced with weekly gotcha gym video hours for clout. The list goes on and on. And the point I'm trying to make here is that, since we're all on a different boat now, this doesn't directly affect us anymore. Of course, emphasis on directly. As far as I can see it, the generations of men growing into adulthood have become more devout and hardworking than ever before. They want nothing to do with the trail mix circus women have deemed spiritual. Instead, they focus deeply on inner and outer discipline. I see Christians and Muslims sparring in good spirits on the mat. I see Buddhists, Hindus, and Sikhs going out together on morning runs. There's a sort of direction to it all, not found among the feminists. Even those that follow a specific philosophy share a set of principles to maintain order in every area of their lives. They're out of the way, unscathed by the constant chaos that you see when you look at what modern women have become.
When your best friend sleeps with your boyfriend?
Wait, shut up. Who?
You.
He told you? Abby.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
This is a TikTok, Abby.
Ouch. Lesbians have the highest rate of domestic violence out of all couples.
I actually didn't know that, which makes you really wonder, like, who is the real problem?
Women. Yeah. That's how it would seem. Actually,
not how it would seem, how it is. All of these faults are listed and unlisted. All of these struggles that women continue to write on dollar store signs to wave in a misguided crowd before breaking a window, there are all the products of one group, and not the other. At every turn, you see a woman encouraging another to detonate their family, TikToks describing the way to get alimony, single moms praising life on the other side only to cry themselves to sleep, and TV shows like Acolyte trying to create a reality where a two-chick power couple is strong enough to have a baby without male participation. It's nuts. It's irrational. It's feminine. I want to share a clip here that kind of brings it all home.
So many women hated Kevin Samuels. They couldn't stand this man. But 90% of the people who called his show were women. So I was sitting here thinking, like, why were they calling his show if they hate him? Why? But then I thought about it and I came up with this. There were three types of women who called his show. The first woman just wanted attention. She saw that he had the big platform. They didn't really care about what he was talking about. They just wanted to go on the big platform with somebody that everybody knew. Then you had the second person who called to just argue with him. They weren't gonna listen to anything he had to say. They were just there to argue with him and prove their point. That normally didn't go too well, as you guys know. But then we have the last person. These women called because they thought they were different. Anytime a woman called the show, Kevin asked them the same questions and he gave the women the same answers. But these women will call because they thought they were different. Those rules aren't going to apply to me. Yeah, I have 3 kids by 3 different baby fathers, but I'm a 10. So he's not going to say that stuff that he said to the last girl to me. I'm different. I'm special. This is the same thing in the dating world. This is why so many of these women won't date a regular guy, because they don't think they're regular. A lot of those women just believe they were different. I'm special. I'm different. I'm the unicorn. But what they found out when they called his show, they were just a regular horse.
I'm different. I'm special. I'm the unicorn. This is the true irony of what's happening to women today. All they have is each other, exactly what they fought for, and the desired end result, when it manifested, morphed into their own personal hell. This is Dante-level poetic, and there's seriously no way to refute it. I mean, it's everywhere. Men, in this one, I just have to say, keep doing what you're doing. Keep following the free path you continue to follow, the one that leads to health, wealth, and prosperity, because whenever you take a look back, you'll realize that the problem is taking care of itself. And how? Because the male presence is a powerful constant. It maintains all the things it inhabits. It's a source of power that builds with its participation and dismantles with its absence. It's the easiest decision any of us can make, and we are. As long as nobody walks down the hill into whatever's going on, we can continue to contribute to something real up here to make everything all right. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.